I actually think that President Tinubu needs to leave the villa and go on the streets and talk to people and stop listening to this kind of narrative and stop listening to state governors who are just saying what they think they need to say to endear themselves to power rather than tell him the true feelings of the people.
So, in all what has been said, and the performance of this government, they say, look, they've delivered on this, they've delivered on that, but you in the opposition, they say you see the cup half empty. But they are seeing it as half full. We are over the 2-year mark of this government. How do you see it? Half empty or half full?
The problem is not even whether it's half empty or half full. The problem is, what does the cup contain? What does the cup contain? Because when you are looking at the parameters, the analogy of half full, half empty, you are saying, oh, they are making efforts. No doubt.
Are they making efforts?
Look, a man that will break into somebody's house to steal his things, an armed robber, will make efforts. Everybody will make efforts. The Yahoo boys doing things, they make efforts. So the point I'm making is that it's not about the effort. It's about the consequences of your action. Whatever you think you are doing, how does it affect a citizen whose reason for voting for you presumably is to improve the quality of his life or to improve the quality of our life? So, do you know how many businesses have collapsed, even as we speak?
Nigerians, let me, take you into the realm of understanding. You see, what really pisses me off, yeah? If I were to be Nigerian president, goodness me, believe me, you will never see Boko Haram. You will never see ISWAP. You will never see any terrorists in Nigeria. Believe me, you will never. Okay? I'm not going to tell you the things I'm going to do, the outline of what I will do. Oh, they never born now. If you think that you are stubborn, if you think that you are diehard, you never meet this man here. You never meet me. You never deal with me. You never put me in, You see, I don't talk. My actions speak fucking louder than my voice. That's the kind of person I am. I hate people that talk, that doesn't act. Unless, for me not to act, yeah? Unless I don't have that power within me. Maybe if I have to wait, that's the only thing that can stop me. But when I have the whole thing around me, within me, hey, goodness me, I beg. You understand? I'm not that kind of person. No. I don't take shit from nobody. And I hate evil. Now, in continuation to what I'm saying concerning the Nigerian government, yeah? Nigerian soldiers have been killed, attacked by terrorists, and nothing has been done. Even since the era of Goodluck Jonathan. From the era of Goodluck Jonathan or Olusegun Obasanjo, okay, when you started having all these insurgents or terrorists, okay, stop calling them bandits. They are not bandits. They are terrorists. 100% terrorists, okay? Now, since then, they've been killing, attacking Nigerian military, even putting on Nigerian military uniform to disguise in so many, operations that they've carried out, yeah? Believe me, I can never be in the Nigerian army, yeah? Believe me, and one terrorist will go scot-free. They never burn that school. Believe me, listen, I'm very ruthless. I'm very ruthless when I go into action. I'm just too ruthless. You understand? Before I get to your house, you won't even see my face, before I take you out. Believe me, that's the kind of person I am. I will uproot your house. Wherever you are hiding, I will uproot it. I will fucking uproot it. Okay, that is how deadly I am when I come after you. You understand me? So Nigerian army, yeah? The reason I'm talking in this type of language, I want you to understand something, yeah? Why are you not fighting terrorists? Why are you not taking them out? Why are you not killing them? Why are you not stopping them? Why have you not stopped them? Why is it taking you so long to have dealt with the issue that is so, very, very kind of critical, to the safety and the security of all Nigerians, especially those in the northern part of Nigeria? Okay? They've spread out into the eastern part of Nigeria, into the southern part of Nigeria, committing all sort of atrocities and mayhems, You understand? But if we're to be a situation in Ibadan, or a situation in Lagos, or a situation in the southeast, yeah, you would have killed so many Igbos, you would have lied about so many things. Oh, it is the IPOB, it is this, it is that, it is the bullshit. Yeah, you're very quick to go and kill civilians in Nigeria. That has always been your fucking trademark, to be killing civilians. But now you cannot kill terrorists. It's a shame. It is a shame upon you. Okay? Let me tell you something. When you want to talk about military intelligence, yeah? Military intelligence and the kind of awareness that military personnel must have. When you look at the terrain that you are in the northern part of Nigeria, especially Borno, okay, these are the key areas. Like you go to Sokoto, you go to, Katsina, Bauchi, all those areas, yeah? You don't need to be 1 second, yeah? Dozing off. Let me just put it that way. You don't need to be 1 second dozing off. You're supposed to be 100% at alert, ready, vigilant, always vigilant, 24/7. Then ability for you to go after anything that is an adversary, enemy. That is what you people are supposed to be doing, and take them down and take them out. You're supposed to block all their shadow, all their entry points, into Nigeria. You're supposed to make sure that there is no any situation of them, what do you call it in regrouping or reinforcement? Yeah, reinforcement I'm looking for. Reinforcement, maybe using of military hardware, weaponry and so many things like that. Yeah, you make sure that you will stamp out all their supply route. Okay, you go after the supply route, you go after them in wherever inhabited, inside the forest, no matter what, yeah? You will go after them. Nigerian army, you are a shame. You are not the military, believe me, you are a shame. Okay, you need to flush out all those terrorists that you have employed or recruited into the Nigerian army, first of all, yeah? Take them all out, okay? Take them all out. Believe me, you need to have a new doctrine, okay, of operation, of how you're going to deal with terrorism in Nigeria, okay? Listen, at the end of the day, yeah, if it was Sheyi Tinubu or any of Tinubu's family, or any of Buhari's family, or any of the governor's family, or the governor or the wife, yeah, that this terrorist killed, or eventually killed, yeah, all of you would have been saying, oh, now the federal government is doing so a lot about it now. We're mobilizing this, we're mobilizing forces, we're this, okay. Listen, what about ordinary Nigerians? No, what about an ordinary Nigerian? So is that person not important, just like you? Let me tell you something. On the day of judgment, yeah, Mr. President, you'll be nobody. Mr. Governor, Mr. High Personnel, you are fucking nobody, believe me. You see that man that you didn't care for, that common Nigeria that you didn't care for, that you end up allowing them to kill him, will be more important than you. Okay, that's my final message. That is it.
That kinetic solution alone cannot fully address the complexities of today's security challenges. Instead, we must tackle the deeper drivers of insecurity, such as unemployment, poverty, hunger, and social exclusion, through a coordinated and sustained multi-sectoral approach. The themes of this year's seminar, Combating Hunger and Poverty for Sustainable Peace and Development in Nigeria, is both timely and highly relevant. It captures the reality that sustainable peace is unattainable without addressing the socio-economic vulnerabilities that breed discontent and criminality. I commend JANDEC for choosing to focus on this vital dimension of our national security equation. Accordingly, this seminar served as a timely reminder and indeed a patriotic call for us to scale up the implementation of human security policies and strategies. Addressing those fundamental issues will reduce the appeal for criminal enterprises, particularly among our youth, and reinforce social cohesion.
Hunger and poverty are fundamental issues leading to insecurity globally and in Nigeria. We in Nigeria, as peace-loving people, must make conscious efforts to address the root causes of hunger and poverty so that we can all live in peace. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, of blessed memory, a prominent statesman, did emphasize that the children of the poor you failed to train will never let your children have peace. The same goes for hunger and poverty. When we have millions of people suffering from hunger and poverty, then we have to really struggle to keep them out of the reach of the evil-minded people and groups. So this highlights the need to continually invest in all citizens, especially in the areas of education.
Why is there insecurity in Nigeria, and why is the insecurity lingering, showing no sign of ending soon? The reason why is because, one, there are people who are benefiting from the insecurity, people in governments. Two, the person that created the security agency is the same person who created insecurity. Because before you sell a solution to anyone, you have to create a problem. Because without a problem, nobody will buy the solution. Imagine in a world where there is no screw and you create a screwdriver to sell. Who will buy screwdriver? No one, because they don't have screws to unscrew. Very short story. There is this woman I know. She runs a roadside restaurant close to military base. Those military that came for peacekeeping. The private soldiers usually go there to eat, and the woman cooking is very, very good. Now, one day their commander is hungry, and he was like, "Boys, where can I get a very good food to eat?" The soldiers were, "No, sir, there is a very good restaurant outside. The woman is good." Commander went there to eat, and he was amazed by the woman's cooking. He asked the woman, "What if we give you contract to be cooking food for us? Will you do it?" The woman said, "Yes, sure." Now, the woman went from running a roadside restaurant to becoming the military chef. Some few years goes by. This woman went from living face me, I face you, to building her own house with 3 other houses. She has 4 to 5 cars at the moment. Do you think that woman that have made profits from the insecurity that is going on in the country will want the insecurity to end? No. She has a pipeline through the insecurity that fetches her money. She will never want the soldiers to go back to the barracks. Do you understand? Neither will the soldiers want to go back to the barracks. The soldiers, the police, Navy, Air Force, Civil Defense have all been incorporated into the peacekeeping forces. Do you understand? Now, the soldiers earns like 77,000 naira, which is the minimum wage. That is a private soldier. And if a private soldier is in town keeping the peace, he gets additional 72,000 naira. Apart from the money they take from motorists. 77, which is his basic salary, and 72, which is his allowances for the peacekeeping, making 149,000 naira. Do you think the soldier will want to go back to earning just 77,000 naira apart from the money they take from motorists? No. So insecurity will never end as long as there are people who are benefiting from the insecurity. And those people are embedded in the government. So if we want insecurity to end, we have to change the government, or else we are all going to be consumed by the insecurity.
Killings from Plateau State, from Benue, Enugu, North, Southwest, it's becoming something else. This type of politically motivated insecurity can only be solved by equipping the people themselves with what to defend themselves. These people they are killing are not log of woods. These are lives, human beings. And their life is not less than any of the lives in the governments or in the big houses, in the cities. These lives are as important to their parents as yours is to your own parents. These lives are as important to them as yours and mine are to us. The government should look into either granting gun license to communities or to individuals, so that whenever there is an attack on a community, individuals, well-meaning individuals of that community, will come out with their guns and defend themselves. It is very, very unfortunate how we have kept issuing condolence messages to the citizens we are elected or employed to protect their lives. They become vulnerable before those they can easily beat up in a physical battle. In my birthday message to Mr. President Tinubu, I requested in that felicitation that he should grant license to Nigerians to own guns. This is the only way to protect citizens of this country. Our people are too vulnerable. Most of the people who are being kidnapped today, that are being murdered, slaughtered, will not die if they have access to guns to defend themselves. This is the only way to stop those who think they are the authors and the custodians of violence in our society. Grant Nigerians license to own guns. Let there be an agency whose job will be to make sure that a criminal or one with a fault is not given this gun license, but people who will know the reason and essence of owning the gun. America is doing it. Insecurity has reduced in America. People die. Sometimes you hear that kids kill, but the advantages are far better than what we're having in this country.
Hello, my people. Now welcome back. I know many of you must have watched and listened to what they go on for here and what people who have spoken in the video have to say concerning what we are facing in this country. Though, if you carefully understand how things they go on for this country now, you will know that the way they go for this country, this insecurity that we keep singing it every day and night, it's not gonna stop. It's not as if okay, we are praying for it not to stop, but the way they go now. Because if you carefully listen to this first man, will be saying he talk and say instead for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to stay in the villa, listening or waiting for governors to come and meet him or send him anything concerning insecurity before he could go and do something or find solution to it. Instead of that, Bola Tinubu himself should go on the street and fight insecurity by himself. Now waiting him talk. But make I ask him something. When the former president Buhari, when he was ruling, I never see any of them say don't come and one and say making go on the street. Though I'm not being tribalistic for this, because even me will be say I talk, I don't even know who is Tinubu and I don't know any one of them. So but let's everything be real. If they wanna fight for Nigeria together, make everybody come out. No be when other tribe don't come out now all of them go come the blash am or follow and say making do this, do that. Even the insecurity going on in this country, we normally know see now people from the north, now them they sponsors. But anytime we any northern person won't come on the studio to talk, they go make sure say they criticize one or the other, to make sure say they downgrade one person or the other from another region, which is very very bad. No be wetin everybody dey talk, no be wetin you want be that. Na so e just be. For you wey be say the years now, if you get anything wey be say you want talk concerning this, make you drop your own thoughts for inside comment section. And also if this is your first time, make you like, share, subscribe. Thank you.